Hello, True Comeback King family. How you doing today? It's your host, Ray187, and I am here as your official host for the 2017 Race to the Presidential Seat. I am accompanied with your with your current vice president and potential presidential candidate, Gameaholic. Gameaholic, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pumped for this election.
Excellent. That's good to know. Good to hear. Well, at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and keep you guys up to date with the current poll status. We're very impressed with what we're seeing, TCK. Keep up the great work. You're definitely making your opinion heard. Now, today is actually kind of fascinating how fast you guys have turned over results. I mean, I can honestly say that thus far we are kind of hand over fist with last year's results already. So, I don't know, game. What do you think the secrets are to this year's election?
Honestly, the people that we're with right now, they've shown very much like courage and support when it comes to these candidates that are in the running this year. So, repetitive clicking, spending all their time and resources to get as many clicks as they can.
Excellent. And it's true. It definitely takes more than one person. Kind of the whole it takes a village to raise a president kind of thing. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, you would have to have some kind of miracle happen if it was just one person.
I understand. Well, I do want to say best of luck to your party at this point in time. We're gonna go ahead and go over the results, and we're gonna keep all members of TCK as up to date as possible with these results. So, let's go ahead and take a look at these, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, so up to date, we have had a grand total of 2,251 votes thus far. Now, I don't know what is making this number so amazingly high. What do you think is causing that so far?
It's gonna have to be a very dedicated party. Either that or there's a lot of people that weren't at the meeting today that are probably taking part in this.
Yes, that's probably true. Well, to kind of give everyone a little statistical breakdown of where the race is at right now, the people are favoring an empty Bic actually at 78%. You are at 14%, followed by Yar Yar at 8%, which is impressive. 8% of TCK is actually voting for Yar Yar. That's awesome, you guys. Keep up the good work for that guy. I know him. He's a good guy. But Gameaholic, what message do you have for TCK right now to kind of persuade a couple of those votes to your side? I mean, the polls are not closed yet. They definitely have a long way to go, and today's 78% lead can easily become tomorrow's 15% behind. I mean, it's definitely a touch and go kind of thing. So, what message do you have to your supporters at this point in time to kind of get them to stand behind you at the polls?
All right, well, for me, I've come up with a couple things to what I can do to support TCK and its growth over the year if I become as president. So, first and foremost, let me introduce myself. My name is Gameaholic, and I think I should be the 2017 president for TCK. Now, I say this because I'm for the people for starts, not myself. Okay, like myself has nothing to do with this. I'm for the people. President must have the future of their people thought out before their own personal endeavors. So, with that being said, if you have a question, comment, or concern, it doesn't matter who you are or what rank you are. I'm not gonna hold anything against you or turn you down as president. Think of me more as your friend, as I'm here to support you. In conclusion, I've been here for a while, and I will not turn your views down as president. Please bear that in mind.
Huh. Well, you guys, I mean, there you have it. That's a pretty advantageous statement to make there, don't you think? That's definitely
Yeah.
saying a lot. And if you do happen to win this seat, the people are going to be expecting nothing less out of you. So understand, myself more than them am going to be holding you to that such high caliber that you set for yourself. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on with the rest of the results so far. Now, this is a real funny category right here. We're looking at the vice presidential nominee for the upcoming year, 2017. And as it stands of right now, the people are actually favoring Dan, TCK Dirty Dan, excuse me, at 58%. And the people are looking to Gameaholic at 42%. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I would sound like that's a kind of expected outcome, especially considering for my run, I'm running for presidency, like for president, not for vice president. So it does kind of sound like an average result for me.
Okay, so you did kind of have this in mind, right?
Yes, yes. I
Okay,
know that I'm
so
running for president, not vice president, so.
I like how you put that. Well, you definitely have the support of the station power. Wishing you best of luck. But in case if you don't win presidency, and for some odd reason you don't win vice presidency, what do you have planned over your next couple of years in the family?
Well, honestly, like, I'm not gonna fall off the border whatever position I get. And if I'm not a president this year, I will accept my seat in the Grey Shield and still be here, maybe for 1 year, then rerun for president.
Okay,
I'm not going to be falling off the board, and I still plan to be working with TCK, whatever happens.
all right. So you guys, there you hear it for yourselves. As he says in his speech, he is saying right now before you that no matter what game of Clinton does, he's not going to pull a Hillary Clinton and just leave you guys hanging nowhere. He'll show up and actually at least give a speech if he doesn't win for some odd reason. And if he does win for some reason, then he will also, well, I will be personally holding him to the same expectations as the rest of the family. So, moving on down a little bit, I'm not really going to go too much in details with these next questions, but let's just take a look at a couple of them. As it stands of right now, we're looking at the most active players, and it seems like the people are favoring Big Bird for left wing and Shahufa for the right wing. How do you feel about that?
Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly, don't really too much to a surprise to me, really.
Well, the funny part about these questions that we're going over now is the vast majority of the family are actually skipping over these questions. So, not too many people are actually weighing in an opinion about this. And I mean, I personally do feel that if more people contribute their personal opinion, then it will have a greater impact on the overall opinion of who these two individuals should be. But as it stands right now, based off of the overwhelming amount of voters who have skipped over these questions, um, you know, it's definitely looking kind of one-sided on their wings. But as we said, though, you guys, we've had 2,000 votes up to this point in time. That's an impressive number. And that's in less than about what? What would you say, game? About an hour and a half or so?
Yeah, hour and a
Yeah,
half,
so
2 hours.
yeah, about 2 hours or so. So for us to have about roughly 1,100 votes, 1,125 to be precise, per hour, that is more than impressive, family. I mean, more than impressive. So, I'm gonna ask that we definitely, not get so set on the current results as depicting the outcome of the presidential election, but just, to kind of keep up to date with what's going on and make sure that all members are equally informed and have a chance to be able to honestly say for themselves that they were engaged. They had behind the scenes information, if you will, and their opportunity to weigh in an opinion on the future of this family. Let's take a look at some of the other results, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Okay, here. So just gonna kind of skip through them, skip through them, skip through them. Okay, now this is one that you're gonna find very entertaining yourself. This next category is probably the one that's the Oscars of the family, if you will. You know, the Covenant Award that a lot of members will want. But TCK's best performing member. Now, this is definitely something. Well, you know what? We're going to include TCK's most active member as well as of right now. You know, these are the top two positions that people will like to see their names glorified in. I mean, I don't know. How would you feel if you was actually a shoo-in for one of these positions? Would you actually like? How would you feel about that nominee?
I'd feel pretty honored to assume that people actually like the way I perform, how active I am when it's within me in attendance and gameplay.
Excellent, excellent. Well, to be honest with you, my friend, it's not really too many responses on this one. It's kind of a 50-50 kind of thing here. You know, it's yeah, as I said, a lot of people are skipping over these questions, but you know, it's still early to kind of tell. But as of right now, the best performing member in TCK, people are actually saying is Sensei, but you are follow up to that one, or runner up to that one, if you will. So impressively enough, you're following right behind the guy. And as I said, just most of the people in the family just kind of skipped over this one, which is, you know, it's understandable. I mean, it's not a mandatory question, you know, just really their tidbits on these last final say so on subjects. Now, however, on TCK's most active member. Now, this is one that's kind of surprising me personally as a black shoulder of TCK. But, you know, as you may or may not know, your name comes in as a shoe in on that one too. Um, it's once again still too early to decide who's officially winning what. But the one thing that is impressing me is, as it stands of right now, the person you're actually tied against is one of our youngest members ever. It's actually Rue. Yeah, Rue was actually, you know, one of the next contenders for this position. So it's kind of amazing. I mean, here you guys have it, two of our youngest TCK members, and you guys are actually setting the standards of history for yourself. I mean, what do you got to say about that, my friend?
I've got to say that's pretty impressive. Like I have seen Rui personally on a lot, and when it comes to like activity in that, um, very impressive to see that on recent activity he's been getting on a lot more because I know for a fact I get on a lot. I do mean a lot, just not so much recently. But it's very impressive to see that he's on and active with the family.
I gotta agree. I gotta agree. So, a little shout out to Rue, and definitely a shout out to you for, you know, being a running in both of those competitions right there. So, let's take a look at the next couple of points on the ballot box and just pick out a couple more. Let's see here. Now, this one's actually kind of funny. Most likely to go to weekly Saturday meetings. I mean, who would you guess to be winning that topic at this point in time?
I would say, not to my own horn, but for myself being one of the people, but I would honestly say that one of them would be Mars Pirate, and I say that because he's always turned up to events. I've only ever recorded him missing maybe one or two Saturday meetings since he started actively going to them. So I'm not sure how other people feel about it since he is so new to the program and has only recently started doing it. But since I've seen him, he's been going to pretty much all of the ones I know.
Well, my friend, before you go tooting your own horn too loud, um, the person that's actually leading this one right now is someone that has appeared in no other category up to this point in time. But Unheard Bird is actually taking this one by the long run, actually. This has been one of the most successful ones, question number nine, most likely to attend Saturday meetings. Now, however, you are on there as well, along with Mass Pirate, but it's impressive that, I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't see that coming, did you?
No, honestly, I haven't. Like, he was definitely when he was around, he was very much accountable for that. But since he hasn't been around for a bit, it's come to quite a surprise to me.
Well, and that's the amazing thing about it is these results are for the entire year 2017, not just last week or 2 months ago. So, as I kind of predicted at the Saturday meeting, for those of you guys at home, if you want to watch that, it's available in the news area on the website. But as I kind of predicted on this area, we will be seeing a lot of names that really some people just don't even know. And it's where a lot of the older votes come in that definitely have a huge impact on this in particular point in time. But, the new votes definitely are going to have a fascinating say so as well. I just don't think they understand the magnitude of what they're voting for. I mean, how do you feel about that, given the fact that you pretty much do represent the new votes and Empty Big represents the more historic votes of the family?
It's gonna be close. There's a big gap at the moment, but to think of how much that can change over the upcoming month, it's gonna be it's gonna be close because we've already seen this many votes coming in, and who's to say how many people from each party has already actually started voting? So it's gonna be a hard call to make.
Okay. Well, you guys, we're not gonna keep going over too many more questions or anything. I think that was, definitely enough to give the family some type of idea of who they're voting for and what particular order they're voting in. And, I think it's pretty impressive to kind of get an idea of what literally hundreds of people have to say about this matter. So, if you are one of the members of TCK and you're at home and you're casting votes personally, we just want to say thank you. Um, your input right now weighs in on the future, period, point blank. And without you taking the time to cast your votes, consolidate your opinion, we would never have any idea on what you want to see done in this family. And as we always say, we're a monarchy, but we do practice a form of democracy beneath it. And this is that democracy right now at work, and it's very impressive to see the crowd getting together to kind of just give their own opinion. So, Gameaholic, is there anything else
I
that you would like to add to this today?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, with that being said, you guys, I want to thank you guys for casting votes. Please stay tuned. We'll keep you guys posted with more live updates as the vote continues. So, thank you for watching. I'm your host, Rare187. Thank you once again, Gameaholic, for being here today. Best of luck in your campaign. Yeah, so we'll see you guys later. Keep casting those votes. Have a great night, you guys. Peace.